Good morning. Okay, so we're gonna do a quicker one today. I had like earlier this week I was doing some things. I talked about it a little bit on here, and there were some hiccups in the plan, and so today I was gonna be getting up and being like, okay, let's troubleshoot. Let's come at this with a fresh mind and figure this out. And I just got a call, and it looks like the hiccups might have been on the other end and not on my end. So I've got a meeting to go in just a few that I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna hope, and if not, I will troubleshoot again, and that's cool too. So for this morning, I just flipped my little book. I have a book of all these songs that I did for the first 2 or 3 albums, and we landed on the song Redemption, which was on my first album, Purpose. So this song, and at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do one of these songs, because I've written a lot more. Most of my stuff is a little bit more, I don't know if happier is the right word, but this was before I made the switch to let's write lighthearted, or let's write because the power of words, and I want to be rewriting my mind, my story, my mindset, how I look at the world around me. And so at first I was like, oh, do I want to do this song? And I like the song, but I started looking at it, and well, one, yes, I want to do it, so I'm about to play it. It was fun to sit here for a second and revisit it, but I forgot. I'm kind of cracking up. When I wrote this, I was in this place where I used to like to do a lot of wordplay. I still do some wordplay, but I was reading this and I was like, oh, I remember this. I was being kind of snarky in a way, but it's something that only, I don't think anyone else listens to the songs and goes, oh, she was doing this. They're just things that in my head I'm like, well, haha. But for this one, Redemption, it was kind of I was writing a song to personify the word redemption. And so the chorus, it comes around twice where I'm just repeating the word redemption. And in the first one, it comes after saying, I'll take all the pain that you have to give if you take all of mine with redemption. It's, it says this. When it comes to the second chorus and the way the song kind of ends, it says, I'll give you anything you want just to hear you say my name. It's redemption. And then I repeat redemption. But if you're reading it, if you have the book that comes with all the words, what it actually says, what I'm actually saying, sentence-wise, when you can add in the commas and all the little things that you don't hear when someone's speaking something, is I'll give you anything you want just to hear you say. And then the chorus is, my name is redemption. And it's, in quotation marks, so it's this is being spoken from redemption is saying, my name is redemption. Anyways, so I'm cracking up because I'm I'm lucky if even one person ever was listening to the song and oh, I'm gonna do a deep dive, and oh wow, this actually has a comma in it, and what she's actually saying changes the whole meaning of the song. Now that I don't think anyone ever did that. I think people just listened to the song and enjoyed it. It was kind of a little slightly bluesy number. When I first wrote this is when I first started going to the blues jams. So the first time I played at the Darwin's Blues Jam, I did a version of this song, and I got to play with actually I think I was playing with some of the guys from the Casanovas, and I always feel I'm very grateful for the blues scene in Atlanta, because I'm not straight up blues, but there is a lot of especially back then, the essence of what I did fit in with that, and I learned so much in there. And they were sometimes of that kind of stuff, they don't always let people in to do things that aren't doing the exact style. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to a jazz jam to play country music or whatever. It's so if you go to a blues, and I didn't know the standards and that kind of stuff, But they were always really cool when I'd go to these jams, and they would let me get up and do, like, I might not stay up there like a full set, but they'd let me get up and do a song. And I was able to kind of be like, okay, it's this, and I couldn't tell them what chords I was playing, but there'd be someone on the stage who would be able to interpret my little, like, oh, it's this, and they're like, okay, and they would tell the rest of the band, and they played with me, and I got to have these experiences with what it's like to play with, like, a backing band. And it's awesome. You know, it's a great feeling as someone who does a majority of their life playing solo. It's a lot of fun when you get to play with a band. So, yeah, I'm very grateful for the blues scene in Atlanta. Lola Gully's thing at Northside Tavern. The guys, there's multiple jams that happened at Darwin's, and they were all just top notch. And eventually I had my own jam at Darwin's that I did on Saturdays. And I got to learn a whole lot from that community. So, yeah, all that to say, like, go out and find, like, the music scenes, like, the people in your area. Like, there's always people that you can learn from. And if you have the right attitude when you go into them, like, a lot of times there's people that can share so much knowledge with you. You just kind of have to have the right attitude of, like, wanting to learn when you go into those situations. And there's so many amazing musicians and so many people that have been doing these things, you know, for, like, their whole lives, and there's always more that you can learn. And there's always people that it's just, there's a lot of greats out there. There's a lot of greats that aren't the people that you see up on a billboard. There's a lot of greats that are just, they are playing every night of the week in clubs or in restaurants or in places, and you just go out there and, like, see them and hang out and learn and soak it all up, because it's a beautiful thing. Okay, I talked way more than I meant to. I got excited thinking about Darwin's and jams, and so we're gonna do Redemption. Fun fact, I've reused this little chord progression a ton of times, and depending on which capo I do it on, I use a very similar one to do Hit the Road Jack. When I used to cover that one, and I have 2 or 3 songs on other capos, but the same chord progression. I do stuff and they're fun. Well, I see you in the morning when the sun breaks in the sky. Yeah, I see you every time I close my eyes. Well, I feel you in the evening when the moon is on its rise. Oh, I feel you in me when all I hear are lies. Well, I see your changing faces, changing minds, stay the same. Take all the pain that you had to give, but you take all of mine with redemption. Oh, in redemption. Oh, in redemption. I used to do this differently, but I can't remember how I did it now. I probably used a pick back then. Well, I'll take your, oh wait, I'll take your shame, I'll take your guilt, I'll even let you break them walls that I built. I'll take your forgiveness, most of it. There's a few. Like I said, I haven't done this song in a long time. I realized halfway through that's not the pattern that I did the chord progression exactly for the beginning, but that's okay. It's redemption. It's redemption. It's redemption. And I haven't used my voice that I used back then in a while. I got most of them. I have a different voice now. I think that's something that like it's like as you age or whatever, your voice changes. I don't know, maybe it doesn't do that for other people, but for me, I feel like every couple of months I have a different voice, and I'm like, oh man, I've got to relearn all the songs in this new voice. And sometimes you do a song and like, you know, you'll be in the middle of a festival or something that like, and you pull out some song you haven't done in years. You're like, oh man, I haven't done this song in the new voice. Who knows what's gonna come out? Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you don't. But it's all good because it's real and that's life. Okay, I hope that y'all have a beautiful day, and yeah, let's put lots of good vibes and good energy out in the world. I will see y'all probably tomorrow, I think. Hopefully, I should. Okay, have a beautiful day.